issue here today as the sun's going to pop out, and it's going to pop out even more as the day goes along. Our next group's getting set on the number 1 tee. Our group's playing number 4 for these 6 teams. If you're just joining us, glad to have you along with us for all the action today of the Sun Belt Conference Men's Golf Championships. This will be the second day of stroke play. Teams will play 3 days of stroke play. That will determine the individual champion, and it will also determine the top 4 teams that will advance into Wednesday and the match play round. Match play will include semifinals on Wednesday morning. The 2 winners will advance to the finals on Wednesday afternoon. That's Texas State's Logan Lockwood. He'll be first to hit here off the number 1 tee. Logan shot 77 yesterday, playing out of the number 2 position. He's making his second appearance in the tournament as we'll go up the fairway and take a look from behind the number 1 green. That's Logan Davis of Texas State. Shot that 79 yesterday. Texas State did put 5 rounds in the 70s. As Davis's second shot out of some of the wet that's still on the fairway, you can see some of that fly, and he's got it up here on the far left side of the green. The green today in the right front, as you see our location there. So he's a long way away, but he is putting for something here on number 1. Number 1 played as the 3rd easiest hole on the course yesterday. We'll go over to number 10. And this is Cole Kendrick of Louisiana, about to hit his second shot. Cole shot 80 yesterday, playing out of the number 1 position, but that's not probably a good assessment because the Louisiana team flipped its lineup. It had its best scoring averages going out first instead of last yesterday. Of course, now today teams are paired up, groupings are paired up by their scores from the first round. As Kendrick's second shot's going to fly long, it's going to spin back, but it'll stay on the fringe, and and Kendrick will have at least a run at it from just off the fringe at number 10. Back in the middle of the fairway, this is Joel Wyndon of Arkansas State. Had a 73.5 stroke average on the year, but struggled in yesterday's round. Shot 84 in his 3rd appearance in the Sun Belt Championships. And several of the Arkansas State players looking to improve on their scores from the first round. The shot's going to come up just short. It'll just trickle on the putting surface. Number 10 playing at 379 yards today, but with the pin in the front and on the left, players have a decent shot at attacking it, and not quite 379. As on the other side of the fairway, Aaron Ramos will be hitting his second shot here in just a moment. Ramos shot 81 for Little Rock yesterday. Little Rock with a 318 team score. They stand in 12th place coming into today's second round. And Ramos again hitting a short iron here on a relatively short par 4 in a very hole that's got a lot of driving area on it. His second shot wedge is going to trickle on, roll up, and it'll be a pretty good shot as he will have a decent run at a birdie going a little bit uphill at that one. So 3 good approach shots here for our first group on number 10. Take a look at our next group that'll be going off the number 1 tees. This will be the teams in the number 4 positions for their respective team. Logan Lockwood of Texas State shot 77 in the opening round. Mac Murphy of Troy with a 76, and Jacob Byer with a 78. As we'll go take a look down the number 1 fairway, and that's Logan Lockwood from Texas State on the tee, waiting Waiting for the starter to give him the official time at the 7:39 tee time. Lockwood, a sophomore from Van, Texas, had a 73.2 stroke average for the regular season. That ranks second on the team. He also had an individual win this year at the James J. Litz Memorial back in the fall. This is his tee shot with a 3-wood. We'll go to the 10th tee in our second group going off there. This is Jack Tolson of Louisiana. Shot 79 yesterday. Also has a tournament win this year. He won the Lake Charles Invitational, where he shot 15 under 201 in Tolson's tee ball with a 3-wood down the left side of the fairway. And Matthew Cole will be next to hit on number 10, as he's on the lower left portion of your screen. And somebody on 10 just rolled in a nice one. I think it was Cole Kendrick from the back of the green off the fringe, rolls in a birdie to start things off. So a nice opening for Cole Kendrick, as we'll go to the number 1 tee, top left of your screen. That's Georgia Southern's Jacob Beyer, shot 78 yesterday, hitting his tee ball. He's easy to pick out as the left-hander. You get the thumbs up from Logan Lockwood as we head down the number 1 fairway. We'll go number 10 tee at the bottom left of your screen. Justin Warren of Little Rock. Shot 81 yesterday on the bottom right of your screen. On the number 10 green, Joel Wyndon of Arkansas State with his long birdie putt. Cole Kendrick of Louisiana already with a birdie here at number 10, the very first chip in that we've had today. Actually putted it, but it was off the fringe. So that's Wyndon in the bottom of your screen, rolling it up and just past the left lip. And on the first green, tapping in his par, is Archer Price of Georgia Southern. We'll go back and take a look at that first birdie here in just a minute, as soon as we clean up some things at the number 1 green, the number 10 green. On the number 1 green, that's Troy's Ike Alexander, trying to finish off his par here at the first. And just below him, bottom right, Aaron Ramos of Little Rock, and this is his birdie putt, as Alexander's able to par here at number 1. Bottom right, here's Ramos's run at a birdie, and this one skims by the right edge, and it's going to go about 3 feet past. He'll have that left for par, as we'll go out to the number 10 green. We'll have a replay from an earlier shot here at number 10 in just a minute, as soon as Ramos cleans up his par here. Ramos with a 74.9 stroke average this year, low of 69. He had one top 10 finish already this year. Looking to bounce back from yesterday's disappointing round. A nice par for Ramos to start things off. This was just a moment ago here at number 10, as Cole Kendrick, playing in the number 5 spot today, had this for birdie from putting off the green. Nice speed with the flag in. Would have gone in anyway, as Cole Kendrick drops that one for our first birdie of the day. We'll head out to the number 1 fairway. This is Logan Lockwood of Texas State. Lockwood shot 77 yesterday. So we're providing coverage early from the numbers 1 and 10 holes, and later on we'll be going out on the golf course to give you more from a couple of holes, including the par 3 6, the par 4 15th. And then later on, we'll be at the 9th, the 17th, and the 18th. The 9th hole played yesterday is the toughest hole on the golf course. When we get there, you'll see why. 460-yard par 4. Played it over an average of 5 in yesterday's first round. We'll go over to the 10th. And this is Jack Tolson's second shot as he's found the green and backing it up. So Tolson will have a run at a birdie for Louisiana. Back to the first hole, and somebody's in close. I would imagine, since he was farther away, it might have been Jacob Beyer of Georgia Southern who had pushed his drive off to the right. So Beyer with a chance at a birdie, and Logan Lockwood of Texas State in the middle of the fairway. Not quite as long a shot as Beyer just had to face as he brings this one in. And that's a nice one, especially if you can back that up a little bit. Pin right there in the front right. Players can take aim at it, and they already are here at number 1. And going back out, Troy's McMurphy tried to cut off a lot of the dog leg and caught the bunker with his drive. But looks like he's able to pick it out cleanly. That one's going to go back here to the back part of the green, but it's got some backup on it. So we've got 3 guys with decent runs, a couple of really good runs at birdies here at number 1. Back to the 10th hole. Matthew Cole of Arkansas State, he'll back his up, and he'll back it up a long way just past the pin. Going to roll even off the fringe and a couple feet off of the putting surface. He had some action on that, but still handy for a chance at running up a birdie. As you see, our number 10 hole, a little bit narrow, but it's straight down the middle. If you can position your tee shot, especially today with the pin at the front left, you can really take advantage, take aim, and fire darts at the pin location. Fairway's undulating all the way there, but if you can get the drive is the big shot here. If you can get that in play, this is a birdie opportunity for a lot of these players. The bunkers, one on the right should never come into play, and actually the one on the back left should never come into play either. The one in the front left now will be something for these players to contend with. Back on the number 1 tee as our second groups have this is number 10, as our second groups have already headed down the fairway, and our third groups will be getting ready to hit off of this par 4, playing at 379 yards today. And again, as we said, the pin in the front left. Here's another look at the number 1 tee and our third groups getting ready to hit here on number 10. This will be Texas State's Inigo Benarin to hit first at the 7:48 tee time. Benarin shot 75 yesterday, playing out of the number 5 spot. Making his second appearance in the Sun Belt Tournament. Tied for 50th last year, had an opening 84, but then came back the second round to shoot a strong 72. So he's looking to do the same thing and come back strong again in the second round this year. We'll go to the number 1 green, and a long birdie attempt coming up here for Mac Murphy. That's Mac on the right side of your screen. The other two players in this group have much shorter birdie putts, Logan Lockwood of Texas State and Jacob Beyer of Georgia Southern. Murphy's going to take his time with this as we'll go to the number 10 tee. Bjorn Gudmundsson of Louisiana, the sophomore from Mosfellbær, Iceland, just with his tee shot. Bjorn shot 79 yesterday in his first round. As Jacob Barres will be swinging, as quickly we'll go back to number 1, Mac Murphy of Troy with a long birdie putt. Mac shot a 76 yesterday, playing in the number 5 spot for the Trojans. You're going to roll that one up. Goes past the right side. He'll go about 4 feet past for his par. Jacob Barres on number 10, hitting a 3-wood. Jacob shot 82 yesterday. Over to the number 1 tee. And this is Lucas Alacolpi of Georgia Southern. Watching his tee ball, went down the right side there as the number 3 player in this group, and they'll head down the fairway. We'll go to the number 1 green. Logan Lockwood of Texas State with a birdie run, and just a misread there as that one slid a lot further left than he had looked, and he's got significant work here to do for a par here at number 1 after a very solid second shot. This will be Jacob Beyer, Georgia Southern, also with a birdie putt here. Jacob shot 78 yesterday, playing out of the number 4 position. The freshman from Lawrenceville, Georgia, obviously making his first appearance in the Sun Belt Tournament. And rolls that one, curls it in on the left side. So Jacob Beyer of Georgia Southern with an early birdie here at the first hole. First hole gave up a lot of birdies yesterday, 10 of them, along with 36 pars, 13 bogeys. Played at a .08 over par. It was the 3rd easiest hole on the whole golf course yesterday. So Beyer is in with his birdie, and now Logan Lockwood has a this will testy 4-footer to save par after hitting a solid second shot in, but a third putt, a birdie putt that he probably wasn't very happy with. But he's able to roll in the par putt here. So Lockwood with his par, Mac Murphy of Troy will be trying to finish the same way and get his par to start